over a look at our viewer submitted photos.
Emily Griffin has our Send It to 7 Pics of the Week.
Send It to 7 Pics of the Week, sponsored by Foy Agency.
It's fireworks season. Here's a black and white shot from the Watertown fireworks earlier this week by Colin Moran. Also at that firework display was little Ivan Livingston having some fun with local officers. Do you remember that earthquake from Friday? A 3.4 magnitude quake in the Henderson area shattered the glass table of Kelly in Alexandria Bay. On the St. Lawrence River, Jan Lightfoot saw twin ships passing one another like a doppelganger moment. And in Watertown, Michael Mara sent in this footage from Sophia's lemonade stand, which was raising money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is delicious.
Sarah Thiss had some really stunning views from Beaver Lake. And Deltra Willis had to wait in line at the Canadian border for these Canadian geese to waddle along. Finally, I could use some help identifying this butterfly sent in by Terry Fulmer. Is it an Eastern comma butterfly or a question mark butterfly? Send us an email if you know, and keep sending it to 7. Emily Griffin, 7 News.